Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here and welcome back. So we're going to be talking about something that a lot of people are probably not going to agree with me, or they might agree with me, but I'm not taking any sides here. I just want to go on to explain why I think that the VIP Magic Mirror is absolutely fine the way it is. What I'm talking about is everyone thought there was going to be 21 mirrors in the week. Guys, really stop and think about that. 21 mirrors at the point of the game we're in right now. It's going to make a huge gap in pay to play and free to play. Now, you guys can say that pay to play already there is a huge gap, but there is a huge gap for pay to play if you guys are spending thousands of dollars and hundreds of dollars. If you have illustrated medals gilted, that is pay to play. But then you got people who just buy the VIP pack once a month maybe, or twice a month, or even if they buy the VIP pack every week, they're still not considered whales. You're only looking at 12,000 jewels in a month, 12,000 jewels a month, so you're almost guaranteed a mercy pull every month, which is good and it makes a huge difference, but it's not something to really say like, oh, you're really ahead because of this. Remember, if you do a mercy pull, you get a bunch of medals, you got to gilt those medals, and guilty medals does not guarantee 100% gilt. So you guys can grab these tier 3 medals for people who buy the VIP pack every week. They'll grab these medals, put them together, and then they'll get a 40% roll on a tier 3, or they'll get something that's 70%, and they're not even close to the max power of that medal. Yes, they get to gilt medals and they have more medals gilted, but really guys, think about it, there's only a certain amount of medals that are actually really good. There's a tier list. There's these top 10 medals or these top 5 medals. Let's say these top 5 medals. If they don't grab those top 5 medals, then they can have all these tier 3 medals gilted. It wouldn't matter if you don't have the best ones gilted. That's what I'm saying. Sure, they have more gilted medals than us, but if you don't have the best gilted medals of power, of magic, and speed, then it doesn't really matter. But let's say they do get the top 3 medals and they gilt them, but they gilt them and they only get 40, 50, 60, 70, a really low percentage. They're not really that ahead if you guys think about it. They are. It's a huge difference in power. It's a huge difference when you gilt the medal. But of course you want the medal fully gilted. Now when we look at the VIP pack, if they kept this quest permanent every week and it was 3 magic mirrors a day, that's 21 mirrors a week, guys. That's 84 mirrors. Am I right? 21, 42, 63, 84. We're looking at 84 mirrors in a month. That's a lot of mirrors, guys. If they made this VIP Magic Mirror quest every week and 3 a day, the gap between free to play and pay to play is gonna skyrocket. It's gonna get huge. Right now, magic mirrors are only attained through quests and buying avatar boards. So pay-to-play players only have so much more they can get ahead of us because they can buy every avatar board. Or they can score just a little bit more for that extra 1 mirror. But when you're talking about paying for a VIP pack and getting 21 mirrors a week, that destroys the gap between free-to-play and pay-to-play. Like I said, there's a difference from whales and people who pay just for the VIP and then free to play. There's a good category system there, but the second you put this in to the way you guys thought it was going to be, not even you guys, I thought it was going to be that way too. And when I actually sat down and thought about it, I'm actually happy they didn't do it, because free to play would literally just be at the bottom. I'm not saying that free to play won't be able to do anything. I'm just saying that pay to play players, when it comes to high score challenges, they're going to have fully gilted medals of everything. All they gotta do is grab 7 copies of something. Doesn't matter what roll they can get the lowest roll, but eventually over time they're gonna have so much magic mirrors from events, high score challenges, and this daily, that there would be such a huge power gap and it would force people to spend money. So I'm kind of happy this is not on a regular basis and that it's not 3 mirrors a day. Now that's only, remember, this is my opinion, and it's only at the moment. Later on, months down the line, when the game becomes more difficult and magic mirrors are released, like we've been getting a lot of magic mirrors. You guys gotta admit, we have been getting a lot of magic mirrors. So it's not necessary for them to give us 3 a day. It's nice that they actually gave something a little bit extra to people who are paying for it, but it shouldn't be more than this. This is fine. 7 mirrors a week is really nice, and it's not permanent, so having the extra 7 mirrors if you're going to buy the VIP pack already is a bonus. So later on, when the game is more difficult, like I was saying, and we need to actually guilt medals to be at certain percentages, like for proud mode for 40% medals, 70% medals, and then fully guilted medals, this quest is going to be very good to have 3 mirrors a day, or even just having this quest permanent. But at the moment where North America is, this isn't necessary to have this much mirrors pouring into the game, especially when it's behind a paywall. Now, this is all me going by with the game I'm playing at the moment. I know we have the Japan version to compare to, but you guys gotta remember, I keep saying this, Japan is way ahead of us. There are so many months more ahead of us, and that makes a big difference. You guys, how am I gonna go through this? Okay, this is my thought process on, everyone keeps asking me what I think about North America and Japan and how they treat them better or not better. Japan came out first, so Square Enix didn't really have a plan. They had a plan, but they weren't sure how everything was going to line up. So they released the game, they released these medals, they put in new medals, they put in new events, they put in Mickey and Brooms, they did all that, but maybe they weren't thinking fully of like, okay, we released this too early, okay, we done this too fast, maybe we could have spread this out better and had a slow creep in power instead of just a boom, everyone's gonna be very powerful. You guys know what I mean? JP was kind of the first one, so any new server of a game or any release of a game, the creators kind of know what they're doing, but at the same time they don't know the exact order or the consequences. That's why a lot of games have nerfs, like a lot of stuff gets nerfed. I don't have any examples, but you know, when you play, okay, League of Legends, when they release a champion, that champion's really strong, and they don't really think about the impact because there's so many other champions in the game, and they're like, wow, because we did this and we put this kind of skill, it makes it really OP when he's with this other champion, so we gotta nerf him. So they kind of didn't have anything to go on when Japan was released. It was all test. And now that they've released in North America, they kind of have a different order they can go into. They'll be like, okay, we don't have to release this right away. We can slow this out. We can make this better for people so new players coming in can actually pick up the game and be right behind everyone and kind of stay catched up. Where if we already had Mickey and Brooms and we already had all these magic mirrors, 3 a day and all that, when someone new comes in, it's going to take them a long time to catch up. That's kind of my thought process. It's not perfect pieces in there, but it's kind of the way I look at it, is that sure, we're not exactly like Japan, but we're not supposed to be exactly like Japan. We're supposed to be our own game, and there's a new system to it. Now, I'm not saying it's right for them not to give us what Japan has. I'm just saying I'm hoping it will come in time. It will come in time, because like I said before, the game is very playable the way it is at the moment. So anyways, I'm not gonna make this video any longer. This was just me talking about why I think that Magic Mirror shouldn't be 3 a day in VIP and the consequences of it. A lot of people are not gonna agree with this, but there's different ways of looking at this, and I'm fine if no one agrees with me on this, but I want to look out for everyone, and I kind of see a balance upset if this happens. I could be completely wrong, guys, and it's just me, the way I think about things. So if you guys have another opinion about this that has a very good, strong point to it, then let me know and I'll talk to you about it. I'm very open-minded. I'm not saying this is my way and it's the right way. No, not at all. I'm just expressing myself to you guys and how I feel this might impact players, because a lot of players are already upset about a lot of stuff, and I don't see why people need to be upset. If we didn't have Japan to compare to, then this game would be totally fine. If you literally did not look at the Japan version and pretend it wasn't there and just play the game for what it is, you guys would spend more time figuring out how to complete things and how to save for proper events and stuff like that. But because Japan's there, everyone's comparing everything, and I think that's kind of terrible, because it ruins a lot of the game that is out right now. Like I told you, I made a free-to-play account. I'm having so much fun doing it, and even my main account, I'm having fun. Like I said, I'm not a whale, guys. I spent $70 since the beginning, and that was 3 VIP packs plus the 2 Boxing Day packs, and that wasn't all in a row to get a bunch of medals. That was just over time to get the VIP quest, and it didn't make that much of a difference, guys. I'm telling you, enjoy the game you guys are playing, because it is perfectly fine the way it is. Yes, there's some things they need to fix. Yes, they could add more things, but at the same time, that's coming from because we see another version of the game. Everything will come in time, I'm hoping, and I like to keep it upbeat, guys. I like to make sure that everyone's happy and playing the game and enjoying it the most. So that's why I keep trying to make these videos. Sorry, my voice is really going. I don't know why. Yeah, there you go. It's a little bit better. Sorry about that. But I'm not making these videos to fight with anyone or to say someone's wrong. I'm just expressing how I look at it, and hopefully that kind of makes sense, guys. Anyways, besides all this that's going on, there's a lot of good stuff to look forward to, and that's what makes games really good. Something to look forward to. Do the best you can right now. Get as much information, save up as much jewels, and just play the game for what it is right now. There's a lot of downtime, and that's good. That gives a lot of time for people to catch up, to farm, to do the Lux ranking, to do the Goofies, to do the Donald event, even though it hasn't really showed up that much. But take the game for what it is right now, guys, and don't take it saying that there's all this missing and it's not good, because it is good, guys. It is good, and stuff will come in time. So thanks for watching, guys. As always, keep on smiling and the world will smile back, and I'll see you guys in the next one.